When you think about leadership, most people imagine lions, eagles, wolves in the animal kingdom, right? Because these animals are aggressive, dominant, and matter of fact, they have speed. But the truth is, one of the greatest model of leadership in the animal kingdom is the elephant, believe it or not. The elephant is not loud, it's not violent, it's not flashy. The elephant is calm, wise, steady, and deeply passionate. You won't believe it. Today, I'm going to show you how to lead like an elephant. The elephant skills, lessons that we can take, 5 lessons that we can take to improve our leadership skills. Welcome to Small Insight, Big Impact. I am your host, Dr. David Tsetse, and this is where leadership meets wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Let's begin. The story of the elephant is interesting. The elephant is actually led by the matriarch. The female elephant leads the herd of elephants. And you know why? It's because the female elephant guides and protects and nurtures the whole family of elephants. She's not the biggest, she's not the strongest, and she's not the loudest. But she's the one that every other elephant in the herd trusts. Okay, so that's why she leads, the female elephant leads the herd. That's an interesting insight, right? And why? Because elephants understand something that we humans, we don't. And that leadership is not about authority, it's about responsibility. That's the fundamental leadership lesson that the elephant teaches us. And it's not about power, but it's about presence, being there. The female elephant leads with patience, emotional intelligence. They are calm, very compassionate, and they are also very protective. So these are qualities that a good leader should strive to have. And this is leadership at its highest, I want to believe. Now, let's break down what we can learn from the elephant in terms of leadership. The first lesson that we can take up from the elephant is what? You have to lead with calm strength. An elephant is powerful enough to uproot trees, but gentle enough to lift a baby with its trunk. Can you imagine that? Their strength is controlled and not uncontrolled. So they have strength, but it's under control. Great leaders do not need to be aggressive. You don't need to be aggressive. Your strength will have to be under control. They do not need to shout to be heard. They do not need to intimidate others to gain respect. You have to be calm. And remember, calm is confidence. And if you show chaos, it means you are insecure. As a leader, you need to be calm in every situation that you find yourself. So when you are calm, definitely people around you will also be very relaxed. When you are steady as a leader, your team becomes steady. And when you show emotional stability, people trust you. So remember, leading like an elephant means what? You lead without noise. You lead with power but not with fear. And it also means that you have authority without arrogance. That's very important. The second lesson that the elephant teaches us is it's based on their experience or their wisdom. Elephants have an extraordinary memory. They remember their migration routes. They remember danger zones. They remember their old pals. Where there's water, an elephant knows exactly how to find it. And where they face challenges, they know. Their memory guides how they move in a group. Likewise, as great leaders, we need to use our experience, successes, failures, and setbacks, and lessons learned as a compass for better decision making. Wisdom is not just what you know, it's what you've learned, lived, overcome, and survived. Leading as an elephant in this situation, in terms of how you apply wisdom, means you should learn from your mistakes and take those moments to transform how you guide and lead others. The third lesson that I will share with you is empathy. Elephants are very empathetic. They are some of the most emotionally intelligent animals on earth, whether you like it or not. They comfort each other. They care for the weak. When there is a loss or they lose one of their members, they mourn. You won't believe it. They celebrate good times when there's a birth and other things. They are very intelligent. So we just have to remember as leaders that when you have empathy, it doesn't mean that you are soft. Empathy actually is strength. It shows that you are strong internally, in within, Empathy also builds trust. And more importantly, empathy builds loyalty. And as leaders, you need a team that is loyal, that trusts your judgment, trusts your ways of working. And those are important skill sets that every leader should strive to have. Remember, people don't follow leaders because they fear them. They follow leaders because they feel seen and then they feel valued and respected. So to lead like an elephant, you need to care for your team. And you need to also make sure that your team performs. And if you do that, people will definitely follow you as a leader. Fourth lesson that we can take from an elephant is to protect your team. When danger appears, the female elephant moves to the front of the herd. She shields the young ones. She positions herself between danger and her family. She absorbs the threat so that they don't have to. So as leaders, we are supposed to do the same to our team. We are supposed to protect our team from unnecessary pressure, confusion, chaos, toxic environment, unrealistic demands. These are things as a leader we need to take on to protect our team. A real leader actually acts as a buffer, not as a burden for his or her team. We need to have a strong or thick skin to shield our team from stress and also protect them from threats. So leading like an elephant in this particular means that you should let your team feel very safe when they work for you or when you work with them and when they are around you. That's very important as a leader. Don't let your team feel insecure, stressed, feel threatened. That's not something that we need to make our team go through as leaders. The fifth lesson is you need to embrace community. You need to embrace team. You need to bury your ego. Ego has no place in good leadership. Elephants don't lead alone, remember, they move as a unit. They depend on each other. They celebrate one another. There is no ego in the elephant family. All roles and responsibilities are very clear, and they are all happy to perform those roles as well. So as leaders, we need to understand that we don't win alone. We win as a team. We don't succeed alone, we succeed as a team. And we don't grow alone, we grow together. And finally, we actually lead together. So leading like an elephant means you need to make sure you build a culture within your team that everybody matters and everybody feels included. That's the elephant way of leadership that we all have to strive to apply. So, here are a couple of things that I would like to share with you to see how best you can apply them in your leadership skills. Tactics, calmness. Calm leadership is very important. Respond to people and don't react to them. Make sure your purpose is to lead for peace but not pressure. Second, lead with wisdom, not impulse. Be wise in your decisions and your actions. Let your experience shape your decision in everything that you do. 3, show empathy daily. Empathy should not be a one-day job. It should be part of every day. You should build it into your routine. Walk with people, not over them. 4, protect your team. You can do this by giving them clarity in terms of their tasks and goals. You need to also remove obstacles and bottlenecks that will prevent them from achieving their individual and team goals. And you need to create psychological safety for them. 5, promote unity or build unity. You need to prioritize people over ego. My final question to you today is, which elephant leadership trait do you want to strengthen? Calm, strength, wisdom, empathy, protection, or unity. Choose one and work with it daily. And then you choose the other next. Because leadership, it's something that you have to practice every day. This is Small Insight, Big Impact with Dr. David Tsetse. If this episode inspired you, share it and subscribe with someone who leads a team or is about to lead a team. See you in the next episode.